It's the nation's favourite antiques experts.
Perfect. Sold.
Behind the wheel of a classic car.
Lovely day for it.
And a goal to scar Britain for antiques.
Every home should have one of these.
The aim to make the biggest profit at auction. But it's no mean feat.
Yes.
There'll be worthy winners.
£9.50.
You're going to make £1,000.
And valiant losers. Will it be the high road to glory
Make me a big profit.
or the slow road to disaster?
Are we stuck?
This is the Antiques Road Trip. Yeah, baby. Salutations.
We are going to take Lincolnshire by storm.
We're in the East Midlands.
You know, Lincolnshire loves potatoes.
Yeah, well, thanks for that. It's the penultimate leg with auctioneers Charles Hadson, the dandy from Derby, and Glasgow gal Natasha Raskin-Sharp.
Well, what's your ideal baked potato filling?
I like cheese and baked beans.
Noted. Our spud lovers are ruling the road in the 1932 Riley Monaco. And it's the oldest automobile to ever feature on the road trip. Manufactured at a time before seat belts were mandatory, don't you know? Oh dear, oh, excuse me.
That's a crunchy potato.
Well, something like that. Last time, despite Charles being distracted...
Which way, Snakey, do I need to go?
Oh, and Natasha being a passionate bargainista...
A great era, a great price. Come on, £2.
Charles took a big gamble.
They are a really smart pair of hanging ceiling lights.
That utterly stole the show at auction.
Going once, going twice. Sold at £1,600.
Oh, Tash, I've got to stand up and just say, yes! I do feel quite cheerful because in 13 years of antique road tripping, it's my biggest ever.
I was so proud of you.
Get out
It
of
was
here.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, how sweet. Natasha's original £200 had grown to over £260. After her third sale, she has a little less, £255.38. But still smiling. Charles's cash pile has gone through the roof. That original £200 has turned into £1,598.88. He's a marvel, and he knows it.
You see how easy it is to get lucky with the big one. This could be you next.
Their tour began in Northumberland and Newcastle, but today the revelry continues in Lincolnshire, ever close to the final showdown in Hertfordshire.
Should I borrow a couple of quid?
Oh, you're good for it. I'll take a couple of hundred, OK?
Yeah, there'll be no interest.
Go on, go on. Give us a bun.
I'll give you some slap.
I'm not sure that's the right word today. The gigglers are in Lincolnshire shopping all the way to Horncastle. First stop, Luff, or if you like, Loof. Home to the Old Maltings Antique Centre.
You look like you're doing reconnaissance.
Follow me.
I suppose we are doing reconnaissance.
Here we are, this way. In we go.
I love a maltings.
Originally the home of brewing a tasty beer, this warehouse has a plethora of delights spread over 2 floors.
Wakey, wakey. Hello, how good are you? I can't hear a word.
I'd be shocked if you did. Love his jumper. Stupid boy, he's in limbo.
There's something so attractive about antiques that are useful. And this looks, I mean, so sturdy. Oh, that's so comfy. That is a lovely, sturdy bit of oak. Look at this lattice back. It's just arts and crafts gorgeousness. £28, that's nothing, isn't it? Could have a wee haggle. Why not? Have a wee haggle, that's what I'm here for.
One for the maybe pile.
Oh, there's another one. Charles?
Hi.
Would you come and have a look at this chair for me? I've seen the same one downstairs, and all of a sudden there's a pair, but I think I'm struggling to make up my mind.
The thing is, they look to be in style, what, 1910, don't they? You're hoping 1910, 1920.
Yeah.
Modernist flavour, but it all depends on what you see underneath.
Are you doing a Sherlock? Are you engaging all your senses?
Look at me. I would say they're probably born in my decade.
Oh, that's not
The
good.
70s.
The 50s. Oh, sorry, the 70s.
Right. It's if you want to go back to their authentic time rather than buying a more modern revival.
I think I rather would.
Anything
You know,
else?
it's a good thing you're here
Anything else?
to help.
Coffee, cup of tea?
That's really kind of you.
It's a
Thanks
pleasure.
so
I'll get you a
much.
black coffee.
He's some guy. He is some guy.
He certainly is. That's the chair off the list. What else, Tasha?
Right. What do I want to have a look at? This, I think. There are many adjectives that spring to mind, but adorable is one of them when something this small is presented to you. Absolutely perfectly petite. A coffee pot in miniature form. This is silver plated. If it were silver, we would see an H for Heuchen and Heath. We'd see a mark.
Yep, Heuchen and Heath were an important British metalwork manufacturer that collaborated with influential designer of the aesthetic period, Dr. Christopher Dresser. And this café au lait pot follows his design tradition.
When you look at Christopher Dresser books about his work as a designer, this is the sort of thing that would feature on the front, these really unusual shapes that for the period were quite mind-blowing. Think Victorian, you don't think of this.
It's priced at £22. Stand by, dealer Sandra!
I'm wondering if I can purchase this from you. I'm not going to haggle. It's marked up at £22. I'm in love. Shall we do it?
Yeah,
let's just do it. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Sandra. Natasha now has just over £230. We'll catch up with her later.
Nice. Could do with a coffee, actually.
Back inside,
Wow.
how's old Moneybags getting on?
Look at the quality of this. Bit blown away by this. George V Royal Navy bicorn hat. These are the epaulettes for your shoulder. This gorgeous gilt thread and this wonderful gilt-sprung ornamentation or tassels to sit on your shoulder like so. So here is the bicorn hat, and it's beautiful. The condition's really nice. It's been in the box a long, long time.
The bicorn, or two-cornered hat, was adopted in the 1790s by naval officers of the Napoleonic period and lasted until the 20th century.
I think the market for military regalia has really, since World War II, since World War I, gathered collectors at a pace.
It doesn't have a price, but dealer John can help with that. Step up, John.
Hi, John. Come over here.
Hi, Charles. How you doing?
Watch your head.
Yes, indeed.
We're a bit tall, aren't we?
Yep.
Just in the retro, in the mix of
Yep.
a lot of 20th century, John,
Yep.
is this interesting box? No price, how much?
Well, I was thinking about 330.
What's the absolute best price on it?
Because of the damage, 200.
But I do think there's a small profit in at £200. So for that reason, I will stand and deliver a decision, and that is, I'll take it.
Brilliant. Thanks very much, Charles.
£200.
A big buy from the get-go for Hanson there. He now has just under £1,400 left.
What an amazing find that was.
Well, you can tell Charlie was never in the army. Natasha's off on a military manoeuvre of her own. She's in East Kirkby, Lincolnshire, to discover the bravery and courage of a young Nigerian prince that travelled over 3,000 miles to take part in the most destructive global conflict in history, World War II. Natasha is meeting this hero's son, Neville Shenbanjo, at the Lincolnshire Aviation Heritage Centre.
Neville, hi.
Hey,
How are you?
fine, thank you.
It was 1941. Fresh from the victory of the Battle of Britain, the Royal Air Force were commanding the skies. Their goal was to weaken the Third Reich's capacity to fight. In Africa, a Nigerian prince, Akin Shenbanjo, was willing to give up his title and fight for king and country.
He just wanted to join the RAF. He wanted to fight for England, because at that time, Nigeria was a British colony. He thought he should fight.
Renouncing his royal title, Akin made it to Southampton and volunteered for service. After rigorous tests and exams, he was ready to be a wireless operator and navigator in RAF Bomber Command. He just needed a crew.
And the captain, he said, and I saw your father, so I went over and spoke to him. I says, have you passed all those tests? So he says, I've done so many tests and so much training, I can fight this war on my own.
The crews would all be hand-picked by the pilot. Being a close-knit team was essential.
Once they had formed, was it like a family?
It was a family. They stayed together. They ate their meals together. Because sometimes they'd come down in the morning and there'd be 2 tables empty where somebody's not come back.
Over the course of the war, 550 airmen and 6,000 air crew came from West Africa and the Caribbean to join Britain and the Allies. Tiny in proportion to the over 120,000 white air crew and 1 million ground crew.
And this American Air Force man, he says to my father's captain, James Watt, we're segregated. I don't know how you can fly with that man. So James Watt said, we fly together, we sleep together, we eat together, and we'll probably die together.
Such a good response. As a wireless operator come navigator, would he have served in a Lancaster bomber like the one right behind you?
No, not at first. First planes that flew were Halifaxes.
Well, there is the cockpit of a Halifax here at the museum, so should we go and take a closer look?
Why not?
I think we should.
The Halifax was a 4-engine heavy bomber used in World War II. Only 3 complete examples survive in the world.
We're sitting now in front of a part of the cockpit from a Halifax plane, and there is an amazing photograph of your father and his crew on top of their Halifax. But tell me about the name they gave it.
Actung the Black Prince. Yeah, it was named after my father. He said, while I'm flying this plane, it will never come down. And it didn't.
With a mortality rate of 44%, every time Akin and his crew took to the skies, they were at great risk of losing their lives.
There's a significant number of bombs painted onto the side of your father's Halifax compared to the cockpit behind us. So do we know how many missions he actually went on?
He served over 50. I know that. Probably 60. The one he's supposed to do 30, but my father flew more rounds than that. When he was first waiting to be picked for the crew, nobody would pick him because I thought it could be unlucky.
And when you say that he would have been considered unlucky, what do you mean?
They probably never saw a black man before in real life, and they thought, is this unlucky? But no, afterwards he was very lucky.
With over 5% fatalities on every nightly raid, Akin and his crewmates were exceptionally fortunate to survive. In 1945, the former Nigerian prince would find himself in the company of the British royal family.
He was King George VI's driver for a while, for around about 6 or 9 months, before he went to Palestine. He even drove Princess Elizabeth and Princess Margaret.
So he drove around the King of Great Britain and the United Kingdom and our future Queen. This is the man who left behind his own royal title.
Flight Lieutenant Akin Shenbanjo was awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross for his magnificent acts of valour, devotion and gallantry. He stayed firm friends with Captain Jimmy Watt until the end of their lives. What an epic story of courage from a once Nigerian prince that devoted his career to serving the British Royal Air Force. Extraordinary. Now, where's Hanson?
What's that phrase? Oak trees grow from nuts. No, oak trees grow from acorns. That's it. And I think I'll carry on buying acorns.
Well, that's good to know. Charles has dreamily meandered to the town of Boston in Lincolnshire. But today, we're staying in Blighty. And we're going in here, Junction Antiques.
This is unbelievable. I cannot believe what I'm seeing. There's everything here, enamel signs, salvage. This is a serious Aladdin's cave.
With the princely sum of just under 1,400 smackers, Charles is gloriously minted.
I'm gonna go big. Or as they say, go home. I might buy a few antiques today with a hop, skip and a jump.
Look at the joy a big wallet of cash gives.
the wrong way. Oh,
Oh, what's that? Whoopsie daisy.
I feel a bit, my legs feel a bit dizzy, actually.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. What about the crown jewels?
Right, back to it.
I think it's more than your legs, old bean. Focus, Charles.
Amazing place, honestly. It is so laden with what you might call vintage, classic, retro items.
Now, what's this?
It's a classic piece of Victorian oak furniture that would have sat in a dining room probably back sometime in the 1880s, 1870s. Nice roundel, some stiff incised acanthus detail. It's classic Victoriana. There's no price tag. There's no label.
Jack's the man in charge here.
Hey, Jack. How are you?
I'm all right, thank you.
Good man. I've seen one thing I think I can buy. It's like a buffet,
Right.
come whatnot sideboard.
Yeah.
I think Victorian. It's got no price tag on.
No. Do I have a deal?
Go on.
220.
220. That's your very best.
Very best.
Go on then.
That's because I like you.
I like you as well. There's my money in the mix. Until next time.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye,
That's
Jack.
lovely.
Big spender Charles now has a tickle off £1,180. And that big weighty item will be sent direct to the auction, thank goodness.
Let's get a mosh pit.
Shall we go to the mosh pit?
Let's do a mosh pit.
Oh, yes!
Let's find a Lincolnshire mosh
I
pit.
love a bit of metal.
Back by 10, you two. Nighty-night. Good morning, Horncastle.
Oh, my goodness me. It's the morning.
They're like school kids, these two.
Oh, hello. Almost gone then down the estuary.
Whoopsie. Yesterday, Natasha was cautious, picking up a late 19th century silver-plated coffee pot,
There are many adjectives that spring to mind, but adorable is one of them.
leaving her with just over £230. While Charles was splashing the cash, he picked up a Royal Navy ceremonial dress tin and contents and the very large Victorian oak sideboard.
It's classic Victoriana.
Charles has made a slight dent. In his watch, he has just under £1,180.
And I found a lovely little tin trunk. And it had a Royal Navy epaulette.
Oh, the apple. I saw those.
Yeah.
Did you buy those?
I did.
Oh, they were
And it-
fabulous. Tell me what you spent.
Well, they were about 3 figures. We're just talking 3 figures.
What are we talking, baby?
We're talking 3 figures.
Today, their gallop around Lincolnshire continues, with Charles dropped off elsewhere. Natasha begins in the town of Horncastle. Mere miles from here, the poet laureate Lord Tennyson was born. Instead of the charge of the Light Brigade, it's Tash doing the charging today in this fine establishment. Over 3 floors, there are 60 dealers selling goodies. For just over £230, what will she rootle out? You just never know. Fun, isn't it?
But this looks really nice, actually. Let's call it first quarter 20th century. I like that. You're travelling. You're off to see a relative. You're going to stay for a month. So you take with you this beautiful mirror. It's a triptych, so it's in 3 parts. I really like travel items. I think there's a market for items to do with travelling.
What's the ticket price?
£80. Oh, do you know it's about twice as much as I hoped it would be? At this point, I think I just have to invest in something I genuinely admire. And I think this mirror is it.
Craig is the man to chat dosh with.
This travel mirror has caught my eye. I think it's quite fabulous. It has a price of £80. Hit me with your best price.
Best price, £60.
£60, that's a chunky discount. Let's go for that. Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Craig. That purchase leaves Tasha with a smidge over £170. Meanwhile, Charlie Boy is also in Horncastle. Ah, there he is. Charles has heard that amongst the county's fens and wolds, farmers and locals here have long enjoyed a British food legend. Over 120 years ago, a craft baker started making a gently spiced treat that is beloved by not only the locals, but indeed the British royal family. Fifth-generation craft baker Rob Myers can tell all to a hungry Chazza.
Hello.
Hello, you must be Rob?
I am, yes, Charles.
Great to see you.
Come on in.
Superb.
Come on,
Thank
follow
you.
through.
Thank you. I'm trying to work out what we're making. Is it pancake mixture? Is it four cross bun? I don't know. What's going on here?
Good guess, but it's all the ingredients for a Lincolnshire plum loaf.
Back in 1901, Rob's enterprising great-great-grandfather, Charles Myers, was a miller and baker and began to sell the juicy, moist fruit delicacy. They literally sold like hotcakes.
Plums? But I can't see any plums.
It's an old name for mixed fruit, dried mixed fruit. So Lincolnshire plum loaf is a traditional staple food for the people of Lincolnshire. Main ingredients are sultanas, currants, and in ours, mixed peel. It dates back to early 19th century.
The first recorded recipe goes back to 1834, but Charles Myers was the man to make it into a commercial success. This is a staunch farming county, and the plum loaf made an ideal packed lunch when toiling in the fields.
Well, I'd love to make some.
Let's go for it then.
Okay,
Let's try it.
I'll follow your lead.
Is this wise? Hanson in the kitchen? After mixing together the dried ingredients, including flour and dried fruit, egg and yeast, it's time to mould the dough, ready for the oven. Around 50% of the ingredients consist of dried fruit, which means the dough needs to be very strong, like Charles.
So it's just working it round. So the dough is actually pushing into the table, and at the same time it's strengthening it up.
I'm imagining I'm playing cricket. Yeah. Having a bowl, having a spin and...
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
After the loaves have been moulded, they're then left to rise before being brushed with egg wash and placed in the oven for about an hour. Ooh, here's one we made earlier.
Should we slice it?
Yeah, OK. Let's take it away and have a look inside and see what you think to it.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, look at
There you
that.
can see.
It's that time to eat it, so...
I'd love to say yes, but we've got somewhere else to go first.
You're joking?
We're going down to the bakery because we want to see you sell some of this. And if you do a good enough job, then we will allow you to try some.
That's painful, but needs must.
Absolutely.
I'll follow your lead.
Blimey, Rob, do you know what you're taking on here?
The bakery, Rob, is over here.
It is, Charles. Here we go. Here's our family bakery.
Almost
Been
next
here
door.
50 years, so yeah, come on in.
The bakery handcrafts, on average, 250,000 loaves every year. Now, best behaviour, Hanson.
I don't know why, I've always had this desire to sort of almost work or be a baker boy, because the smell, the freshness, the produce is wonderful to see.
Get to work then, baker boy.
In nice condition. We call them a pear in our business,
Freshly baked.
and freshly baked as well. Enjoy.
Wonderful, thank you.
It's a pleasure. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye. I'll give her a change.
No.
I need some change. Hello.
It's your boyish good looks, Charles. Finally, after all that toil, it's the plum loaf taste test.
It's so spongy, it's so tasty, and it's hard to explain exactly what the taste is.
You can taste the fruit in it, but it tastes quite doughy as well.
It's great to sit with you and know what your great-great-grandfather did. It's quite special.
Thank you. Yeah. When you stop and sort of think how long ago it was now, quite special, I
It's what we
suppose.
call provenance. It's got good provenance.
Yeah, true.
And that's you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious. I love it.
Couldn't say better myself, Charles. Now, where's Natasha?
Need to step it up. I need to find something. I can do this. I can do this.
That's the spirit. Tash is off to the city of Lincoln. Right here in 1915, the first tank prototype, Little Willie, was created. Down this lovely cobbled street lies Lincoln Antiques and Collectibles, home to over 40 dealers. Tasha now has £173 and pennies.
Heavy, good. Stationery box. On the side here, the body of the box is a mahogany body. And then at the front here, the veneer is a nice thin layer of walnut. And look at that. This is a fine stationery box that would have been on top of a desk of huge proportions, but there's no real need for something like this. So it's for a collector of Victorian stationery objects. But really, it's not for a collector, it's for a restorer. This stationery box, with its nice OG top and break front, is in such a state that it deserves being brought back to life, and somebody will want to do that.
Doesn't have a price.
I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to think about that.
Meanwhile, Charles is still in Horncastle. For the plum loaf, he's made his way to Drill Hall Antiques. Nice.
Here it is. Drill hall. That's my drill.
Once a place of military practice, it's now Charles's turn to show off his skills of detection amongst this sea of cabinets stuffed full of delights.
Everything here is just fit for a man with a deep pocket. And I've got deep pockets, and it's wow.
He certainly does. He has nearly £1,180. Love it.
Got to get a bit fit.
Just watch what you're doing with that.
And this here, it's caught my eye. It's been described as a dolly chair. It's what you might call treen. My instinct is, looking at the turnings of the fruit wood and how it's been created, it's probably more like 1860, so it's early, and it's priced at £38. I think it's a really, really good object. Mental note, good item.
Back to Lincoln.
Teasing me from afar. I know it's going to say Tudrick Pewter. It says Tudrick. Of course it does. Made for Liberty, to be retailed exclusively at Liberty in London. And this just screams Archibald Knox, their lead designer. And if you want Art Nouveau, if you want Tudrick, if you want something that's going to be worth investing in.
The Tudrick range was launched in 1902, and it is synonymous with designer Archibald Knox, a leading proponent of Art Nouveau. That's an exciting piece.
It's just so harmonious and lovely, and it's all about the curve. It's stunning. It's exactly what you want it to be, and according to the label, it's £120. Okay, it's definitely worth an ask.
Stand by, David. Let's start with the unpriced Victorian stationery cabinet.
So, what's the best?
I can do it for £90.
Is that the very best?
I could do it for 80.
Are
But
you
I
sure?
think literally 80 would be the bottom dollar.
80 and no lower. I'm going to say thank you very much.
And the Liberty & Co. Tudrick pewter plate, priced at £120.
I actually can't afford 120, so I'm wondering what the best would be.
I could do 100.
Could we go 90?
Squeeze it. Oh, 90. Well, being as you're buying a stationery set, yeah.
I think I'll say yes. Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Blimey, she's just got £3.38 left.
It's always nice to spend up. Is there anything you can throw in?
What about these lovely binoculars?
Okay, sell them to me.
Well, the French, they're old and they're cheap.
Let's do it, Dave. I like it. Thank
Great.
you so much.
Thank you.
I am going to give you all my money. So that is £170 folded. £3.38 is in small change.
Excellent.
Dave, we're done.
That bundle buy breaks down to 80 for the Victorian stationery cabinet, 90 for the Liberty & Co. Tudrick pewter plate, and £3.38 for the French field binoculars. Not a penny left.
Go get Charles.
Back to Hanson in Horncastle. With over £1,000 in your pocket, the sky's the limit.
But that's nice. Just hidden on this shelf of costume jewellery is this. Isn't that gorgeous? It's what we call a capstan inkwell. So it's on a spreading base, it would sit well, you wouldn't knock it over with your quill pen. But what's nice is the actual silver is in good condition. The hallmark on here is for Birmingham, and the date code is 1910. But what sets this off and gives it star quality is the fact you've got the starry border picked out in opaque white detail on this gorgeous puce enamel lid cover as well. That's a definite mental note.
Priced at £145. Another big ticket price.
There's a really good range here of Vesta cases, vinaigrettes. What we've got here is a small hinged card case. If you were a gent or a lady of some clout back in the Edwardian times, you may have carried this around with you because it's striking, it's stylish. Something exotic was all the rage within the public. Hallmarked for Birmingham, 1905, but it's priced at £98. It is honestly so striking. It's so exotic. It's almost, look at me. I'm a man with style. Fancy a card? Here, have a card. Name's Hanson, Charles Hanson. You might forget me, but you won't forget my case.
True, but I don't think we'll ever forget you, Hanson. Charles's Possibles are the Victorian miniature armchair at 38, the Edwardian silver inkwell at 145, and the Edwardian silver card case at 98. Stand by, James, for an assault.
The inkwell I could do for 120, the card case 80, lovely little chair there, 30.
So that makes 230.
It does, indeed.
230. James, I'm really grateful. So I'll take 1, 2 and 3, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you.
Until next time.
Thank you, Charles.
Take care. Thanks, James.
Thanks, Charles.
See you then.
Bye now.
Bye.
He's really gone for it. Another big spend for the cash-rich Charles.
That's it. Great day. Right, where's Natasha? I think you'll sleep well, just as long as you wake up. That's the main thing, because we've got...
Hold on, what was... That sounded a bit like a threat.
No, I
think you'll
haven't.
sleep well as long as you wake up. Charles, listen, you've got this in the bag.
I think we'd better get some shut-eye, don't you? Our pair are thundering towards a view of their fourth auction at Petwood.
Look at this, Charles.
Oh, my...
Look at
wow. That is one wonderful summer house.
This Edwardian delight was once home to 617 Squadron, aka World War II heroes, the Dambusters. Our road trip pals have run around Lincolnshire and love it so much they're still here in Woodhall Spa, while their antiques have been sent to Clevedon in North Somerset to Clevedon sale rooms. For sale in the room, on the phone and the web. Head of the rostrum today is Mark Huddleston.
Sold!
Charles snapped up 5 items for the sum of £650. You impressed, Mark?
The silver capstan inkwell with the enamel lid, which is in lovely condition, has already attracted a lot of attention.
Natasha blew every penny of her £255.38, also on 5 lots. Thoughts, please, Mark?
French binoculars are probably World War I period, and they're lacking their case, but they are still in interesting, good condition. That's, I think, one of our most watched items in the sale.
Got a pun? Back to Petwood. Steeped in aviation history, it is also welcomed King George VI, who played tennis in the grounds.
Look at that view.
Are we lucky or are we lucky?
To me, it's like a chocolate box.
I think it's because you have so much money in your kitty.
Do you know,
We're going to increasingly grand places.
Do you know, I love licorice.
Oh, do you?
And bonbons. And
Do
to
you?
me, the white and the black,
Oh, all right.
very sweet. It's time, OK? Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's get our peepers watching those tablets. First up is Charles's Edwardian silver inkwell.
Natasha, I paid big money, but I'm gambling on the enamel and silver market, like you and I, coming together and giving a buyer a forever moment who wants to buy it.
3 commission bids here. I must start at £110.
Oh, yes!
Yes!
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Oh, all these commissions.
130 here with...
Yes!
Oh, yes!
Yes!
130, do I see 140?
Oh, I'm so chuffed, I'm so chuffed.
Then no further bids at 130.
That's so good.
Yes, Natasha.
I'm so glad they were straight in at 3 figures. I love that.
Beauty is appreciated. Great start.
The enamel made it go from a £30 boring capstan to a 130 winner.
Something to write home about.
It's coming home.
Now, it is Natasha's petite silver-plated coffee pot.
It's just so avant-garde to think that this is designed in the mid-19th century. It's bizarre.
You might have struck lucky here.
And I have interest here at £20.
Oh,
next.
22 I paid.
Come on.
22, will you? 25, 28. 28 I need, 25 I've got. Still on commission at 25. Anyone got 8? It's with me at
Oh, come on.
I will sell. Be quick if you're bidding.
No.
Selling to commission at 25.
What a bargain, eh?
Who's not bidding
I'd
three
have
more
bought that
pounds?
myself.
Three
would
more
have,
pounds.
I'd have loved that, Natasha. It was so symbolic of that design era.
It's Charles's super chic Edwardian silver card case now.
Edwardian life behind us.
Yes.
I bought an Edwardian silver card case.
£35 starts me, 40 is your next bid. 40 at the back of the room, 45 where? Looking for £45. 40 your room bid, is there 5? I'm looking for £45.
No!
40 is bid and I will
Don't
sell.
be too quick.
I'm going to sell to the back of the room at £40. That's with you, sir.
That was over before it began.
Give me some crocodile tears. Squirt the water, Hanson.
Blimey, that's a shocker.
I'm surprised. That was so beautiful.
I thought it was going to appeal worldwide.
Natasha next with the early 20th century folding triptych mirror.
It's absolutely gorgeous. The plates are lovely, beveled edge.
Is it chrome plated?
It's chrome.
Lovely.
£30 starts me, 35 where?
Go on.
£30,
65, please.
£30 bid, 35, 40 here with me.
Keep going.
Go on, one more.
On the internet, it's at £55. Anyone got 60? Online at 55.
He's calling it.
No, one more.
Mirror.
Online at 55. Internet.
Another great buy for someone.
I really thought that would creep towards 80.
It was vintage and it was clever and it was cute.
Speaking of cute, Charles's mid-Victorian miniature armchair is next.
So I bought my little miniature armchair. Dare I say, shiver me timbers. This might mean. I'm just like, hold on your chairs. Hold on your chairs.
I have £18 online. No money at all at £18.
£80, fantastic. Oh no, £20.
£18.
18. It's 18. Come on.
20, thank you. 22 internet. 22 the back. 25.
Keep going.
25.
Come on.
Come on, keep going.
28 I need. 25 I've got in the room. 28, 30.
Oh, here we go, here we go.
35.
Competition.
30 is a room bid. Need 5 from the net. 35 and 40 at £35. 35 I've got on.
Come back in,
Anyone
come
else
back
the room?
in.
Selling to the internet this time at £35.
Perfect seat for a teddy bear, that.
You bought something that is hard to resist, something, the workmanship, just gorgeous.
The Victorian stationery cabinet from Natasha is next up.
I kept thinking to myself, who would have had this? And for whatever reason, Mr. Banks from Mary Poppins sprang to mind. It's very Mr. Banks in the bank. It's just a beautiful thing.
I have interest straight in at £50.
Come on.
Oh,
55.
come on, keep going.
50 here, where's 5? 50, 55. 60 here with me. 60 is bid, 65. 70 here with me.
Well
I'm
done.
at
Keep
70.
going.
With the book then at
His hammer's up quite quickly.
We need one more.
£70 I sell.
I stand by that purchase because it wasn't very me, but I absolutely loved it.
Yep, I can see why.
Would you call that shabby chic?
No, I don't know what I would call that.
I'd call it just classic,
Stuff.
classic, yes, stuff.
Classic stuff.
Now this is classic Royal Navy. Charles's ceremonial dress tin and contents.
What do you call that effect on the tin? Is it scumbled? A scumbled tin when they dab on the paint. I think it might be
Scummy,
scumbled.
you say?
Scummy?
You say scummy?
Start me at £100, surely. £100 on this one.
No, come on.
Oh, no.
£100, yes or no? At 80.
Oh, no.
£80 only, looking for 80. 80, thank you. 85.
It could climb, it could climb.
I have a room bid at £80, looking for 85. From you
Oh,
now.
come on.
85, 90 if you wish.
Oh, here we go. The hands are ready. He's doing...
95 bid, 100. 100 we have, 110.
Okay. Oh, Natasha.
100, 110.
Oh, are we Heartstopper? Are we Heartstopper?
Looking for 120, otherwise I sell at 110.
What a pity, because that was a really good thing, Charles.
I was just imagining you in a bicorn hat with some golden epaulettes. You'd rock that.
I'll take that.
That's cheered him up. Natasha's bargain buy the French field binoculars.
Am I seeing things, literally?
I said, I'd like to buy one more thing. I've £3.38 left. What can you offer me? I think they were marked up at £8 or something. And he said, you can have them
That's
for
really
£3.38.
good.
Who's got £20 to start me? £20 surely on these, good pair.
Go on.
£20 only. 15 then, surely? At £15.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Come on.
Good.
Give it £18. 15 is big.
Come on.
No, I'll take
Come on.
15. Oh,
18 we've got. 20, madam. 20, thank you, standing. 22. 22 a gentleman now. 25. 25. 28.
You're doing it.
With the gentleman at £28. Who has 30?
That's amazing.
Further back, I will sell. Are we all done? Fair warning at £28.
Nice return, Natasha.
That's an amazing result because it just shows what you can find and what almost made 10 times what you pay for it.
Now, let's see how Charles's Victorian oak sideboard fares.
£2.20 is a lot of money, but you buy a lot in this current age when you want to go green, go organic.
Someone must have left a £2 bid, the last of the big spenders.
Hello?
That won't buy it today, I'm afraid.
£2?
£80 we need. £80 surely.
Oh,
Victoria
no.
arrived last
Yes.
80 we have online.
Okay,
85
whew.
next.
Go on now.
go on.
80 I've got, 5 I need. At £80 the oak buffet. £80 I will sell. I'm selling
That's a
it
big
at
loss.
£80.
How audacious of somebody to leave £2.
That's a £140 loss.
Ouch. I felt that for you, Charles.
I'm going to phone the auctioneer and ask for the details of the person that left a £2 bid.
Maybe you missed 2 noughts off it. It should have been £200.
Can you imagine?
It's the last lot of today, Natasha's Liberty & Co. Tudoric pewter plate.
I think a cute auction house might tell you between 150 and 250 in a design sale. You've got it. This could give me a serious whipping now.
£220 starts me. 240 will be next.
Yes! I told
Will
you!
be next. 220 is bid. 240 to stay.
Are you for real?
Looking for 240 now. At £220, I'll take 230 if it helps.
No way.
20. We are on the internet.
Well done,
We'll
partner.
finish the room. I'm selling to the internet at £220. Fair warning at 220.
Yes! 220! That's unbelievable!
Magnificent result, Tasha. It is a beautiful object.
I'm so chuffed. I am so thrilled. Oh, nice, nice, nice.
Well done.
Charles began with £1,598.88 and has made an eye-watering loss of £326.10, leaving him with £1,272.78. While Natasha started with £255.38, she's made a profit of £70.98, giving her £326.36. Finally, Natasha has clinched auction victory. Congratulations, that's great.
Make it what you want. Some things fly, some things fall. And today, Tasha, my buffet fell and your pewter Tudoric with a whiplash flew. Come on, let's go.
That was more of a swashbuckle than a whiplash.
Isn't it?
That was a swashbuckle. Right, come on, I'll drive you.
Next time on the trip, saddle up.
They're gorgeous. Hi.
I could have a mare, you could have a donkey.
As Natasha gets back to her roots.
Sold for £400. Thank you so much. Very generous.
And Charles hits the big time.